Hi everyone. Today we're going to be looking at some special bullets that are either special or cool. If you haven't seen my channel before, this is probably like my first or second video. I metal detect old shooting ranges and I look for old bullets, as in like old World War One like shooting ranges that were used back in the 1940s to train soldiers. And I'm going to present some of my special finds that I've found there, or some of the bullets I already have. So, number one, we're going to start off with this 30-06. It is about 150 grain bullet. It's about 100 or something years old. It's an Winchester Repeating Arms 18 30-06 bullet. 18 stands for 1918, so this is old World War I ammo. I had 5 of these, they all broke, but this is the one that I have left, and it's in pretty good condition. And it's got a crack on the casing, but yeah, I bet I could get like $2 for it if I sold it somewhere. I don't know much about it because it's so old, but yeah, it's a good bullet to have. Get yourself $2 if you have that. Alright, we're going to go to the next bullet, which is the 40 Smith & Wesson. It's a little bullet. About either a 75 or a 65 grain bullet that, I don't remember the velocity of the speed, but it's a good bullet for Federal 40 Smith & Wesson. I collect lots and lots of bullets. So that's a 40 Smith & Wesson. 44 Magnum. It's a hollow point 150 grain bullet. It is a Remington Peters 44 Rem Mag, and it's not shot. It's got a nice powder charge part, and go for about 5 cents, maybe like 25 cents. I'm not sure, but here we go. Here's a 45 caliber bullet. The bullet you see in the casing, was slotted by me. I found this at the shooting range that I metal detect, and that primer is also from the shooting range that I metal detect. There is no powder in any of these. These are just dummy fake rounds. I fake loaded them. I went to a store, I went to Runnings, and I bought the materials, and I slotted them in the casings. They have no powder. Some of the shotgun shells I'm going to show you do. Now this is a shotgun shell from the 1980s. It is a power piston express round that's a 7.5 shot. It has 7.5 shot in it. It's a Remington Peters 12 gauge round. If you want to look at the back carefully, looks like that. It's a neat round. It's old. It'll definitely fetch maybe like $5, maybe $3 since the age. But most of the rounds that I've been showing are pretty special to me because they're important. And now I'm going to show you a very special round. This is probably like #1 of my favorites. This is a paper super long range load. This can range from 1950s to 60s, possibly even lower than that. It is a short string shot, and it's size 9 or 6. I opened it up to see what the shot looked like, and I'm guessing it's a 6 or a 9. And the primer was shot. That's why it was given to me. And you can see right there that it's been shot. It didn't fire, though. And no, I don't know how many times I could tell people this. It will not randomly go off, because it needs to be hit. Like, people think when you drop a bullet, it's going to go off. The chances of that happening are extremely low. And as, like, say I drop this 40 caliber like this, and it hits the table like that, nothing will happen. But if I drop it on a nail, it'll explode. The explosions aren't as deadly because they're not seated in a barrel. The bullet probably fly about 5 feet and probably hit like a paintball gun, but it won't do much damage to the person it hits. So, next round I'm going to show you is a 30-30. These are very old rounds that date back to the 1900s, 1930s. And This one is a Federal 30-30 Winchester round. It's a soft tip. It'll go for about $2 a piece. I have 8 of them. Or 5. Let me check. Yeah, I have 5. And these will fetch about $2 a piece. These are, remember, as I say, fake, but they're probably worth $1 because they don't have powder in them. And most of these rounds I've built or been given to or found. Some of the rounds I found are live, and I keep those locked away in an ammo crate for safety reasons. Next round I'm going to show you is a 243 Winchester round. It's a small 50 grain bullet. Here, I'll show you the bullet right now. What's that gotta grab? Here it is. A little 50 grain bullet. Here, hold on a second. I'm fixing the light because you can't really see what it looks like. And most of these interesting bullets I have are at least like $5. Some of them $5. I'm not sure. This is a Winchester 243 Federal round. I collect lots and lots of bullets. So, next round I'm going to show you is rounds that aren't used anymore. These are Federal Premium Rifled Slugs. These are not sold anymore, but they are sold at some places. I got this by accident in a little box that I found in the trash. I only have one of them, and I'm not going to shoot this because they're special rounds. This one, next one I'm showing you, is quite common. It is a Remington 12 gauge Sable round. It's special flying tip. I forgot what it's called because I don't really pay attention. It's the writing is gone on it, but most of the time these can fetch about $3 a piece, and they fly at 1,800, about 1,800 feet per second, not 18,000, because that's crazy. No bullet in the world, I don't think, can fly out that fast. But yeah, it's a nice bullet. These are actually very hard to get. And next I'm going to have is a couple of slugs. This is a 50 caliber slug that I took out of a shotgun shell I found. And I've been using it in lots of different things. I've tested it in a couple of different rounds. It's a steel, pretty sure it's steel jacketed because it's attracted to a magnet. And yeah, the back is lead, obviously, but I've shot it at a paper towel and a couple of other things. I don't own any weapons, even though I have all these, I don't own a single weapon. My friend has a couple of them, but he normally doesn't let me shoot them because the rounds are kind of old and he doesn't trust that they'll work in the firearm anymore. As I was saying, this is a 243, I think it's 100 grains, at least less than 100 grains. Soft tip, so it's not meant for penetration, it's meant for expanding. And next round I'm going to bring out is a 44 caliber bullet. I found this in a little wad slot, and I cannot figure out if it goes to 50 cal black powder or a 20 gauge shotgun slug. I'm not sure. If you know what this bullet is, pin it down in the comments, please, because I'm looking for information on this round. This is the only round I don't know what it is. It's an interesting round. Alrighty, next one I'm going to show you is a 50 caliber black powder piece. Hollow pointed. It's neat. It removes the back, and you set that right there. You see the bullet right there, the back, and then there's a little bit of lead right down there. But this one of the nice rounds I have. But let's see, I will go to the next round I have. Actually, where'd it go? Let me find it for you. Give me a second. Let's see, where did that... There it is. Here. Let me see. big ass 300 Win Mag. Beauty. This has no live primer. It's a Federal 300 Win Mag. I actually found this metal detecting and I had a couple 30 calibers, so I decided to just slot that in there. So, next round I got these. This is probably one of the most special rounds I could possibly have. It is a ball Winchester 30-06, dating back to 1910. The first bullets that were ever made by 30-06. And this is originally what they would technically look like. I slotted that paper round in there because this is what it looked like back in 1900s. I found them in a case. I don't have a picture of the original case, but it was really cool. I freaked out when I found it. Because I have a Garrett AT Pro metal detector that I've been using to find all this stuff. And pretty valuable stuff I've been finding. Let's see, next round I have, it's another 45 caliber. I slotted it too deep on accident, so if you're wondering why it looks odd, it's because I slotted it too deep. It is an old 45 caliber Agula Auto, 45 caliber. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And that is one of my nicer rounds I have because I made that one too. Next one I'm going to show you is a duck shot. This is the size 5 duck shot with copper lead bullets. It's a Winchester 12 gauge round with an old primer that probably won't work anymore. This would fetch about maybe like $1.50 because these are cheap. They're duck rounds. Duck rounds are pretty expensive. Not that expensive, I meant. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna find a better round. Alrighty, so next one is a Super Magnum Brennecke. These are good for deer hunting, and they got it's not a hollow tip. I don't know if that counts as a hollow tip, but it's got an old, hammered, weird-looking back. I don't know how to say this. Here, let's see if I can get you zoomed in on it. Here, give me a sec. Sorry about that. I had to pause for a moment. So, as I was saying, it's a piston type round. You could see in there that it's got the wadding that connects. It sometimes disconnects from the round, which makes the round fly sideways. But these are good for deer and sometimes bear. But you need 2 shots to kill a bear with this. The only question is, why is it seated so weirdly right there? That's what doesn't make sense. I question sometimes if these are ever actually efficient rounds. But, let's see. My other one. This is a 12 gauge. 12 gauge says made in the USA, so we know it's going to be good. And it's hollow pointed type. I'm pretty sure it's similar to the Brennecke round, but it's not totally similar. The writing has come off because it's a bit old. Actually, this one has writing on it. It says Federal Tactical Rifled Slug. It's not a Foster slug because the slug doesn't look like this. This is a Foster slug. The one I showed you earlier, that's a Foster slug hollow point. And it is built for high speeds. I don't have any subsonic rounds. So when you see these rounds, none of these are subsonic. These are all like high speed rounds that will definitely do some damage to whatever you're shooting at. Find the next round I wanted to show you. See, give me a second. I also collect coins too, so that's another thing I do on a side hobby. Oops. Uh-oh. My light unplugged. Sorry about that. Give me a second. There. Okay, we're back. Actually, I wanted to show you. So, I filmed a video the other day. I didn't get to finish it because my camera died. But I found some old 30-06 casings. And this is one of them. Look at that back. It says FA406, which means 30-06. It was made in 1906. It's didn't have any powder in it because it poured out when I found it. And a lot of these things I find I usually scrap or keep sometimes if they're valuable. Here I found this too. I feel like this is a homemade lead slug. A really homemade lead slug. But if you have any other thoughts, then that'd be nice to share with me. So there's the other one I found too. Let's see. Some old Springfield 30-06 rounds I found that could be considered valuable but it's not in good condition. The chances of finding a live round of this are very low because primer, that's like very valuable round, and I don't think people would leave it lying around. Oh yeah, I forgot, here's the round you don't see anymore. It's a Rem UMC 30 Rem. These are really old 30 caliber bullets. The bullet that's shot out of it, I don't know what I did with, because I keep losing them all over the place in my house. So that's pretty much gonna wrap up the video. I don't really have anything else I want to show, but take a quick look at something I want to see if I can show you guys. Let's see. Give me a sec. I'm gonna pause you guys, and I'll be back in a second. Found it. It's my special 30-06 round. It's one of my favorite rounds that I've ever made. It's a 30-06 Springfield Federal round. And it has, I'm pretty sure it's a 250 grain bullet. I actually have a different kind of bullet here that I've shot. My friend shot for me. Here it is. It's a big, giant penetrator. That will go right through a deer in one shot, probably, if you hit it properly, in the lungs or possibly the heart. But a scope that you'd probably use would be a good Swamp Fox scope. They work really well, and they definitely have pretty good scopes. Here's another round I found the other day too. It's a 10mm, but they don't make rounds like this anymore. At least I don't think they do, because they don't have a solid back like the other rounds that I found. There's a pretty good difference. See that? And then there's this one. They don't make solid copper backs for those old rounds. It's just lead. When I found it, it was really close to a house I was metal detecting at, and the homeowner was surprised that it was this close, and he went to go talk to the person who hunts nearby, tell him to stop shooting near his house. And this definitely caught his attention, because he says he doesn't have a 10mm. He said, but the person who originally owned it did have a 10mm, and that was in 1967. So this is going to be a 40 to 60-year-old bullet. But that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. I will show you a picture of all the bullets quickly, and then I will peace out. And there we have it, a big pile of bullets. If you liked this video, I will do more. Tell me in the comments, and like the video, and turn on those notifications. So I will definitely keep you caught up with what I have, and maybe next time I film a video, you'll be watching me metal detecting. Hopefully. It's still pretty cold. It's only March. And yeah. So, happy Easter everyone. Have a great day.